Guys, my name is Hussein, and in this video we're gonna quickly show you a practical example of how deadlock happens in databases in this specific. So quickly guys, a deadlock happens when two processes or two clients are fighting for one or more resources, and either one is waiting for the other process to release the lock on a given resource, and they will be in this infinite state where nobody can release their lock. So it's a very famous problem in computer science. Obviously it happens in databases, and I'm going to show you how this happens. And most databases actually catch these deadlocks and fail the transactions when they happen. How about we jump into it? So before I jump into this video, guys, I want you to be familiar with locks, mainly shared lock, exclusive locks. And so if you want to learn more, check out the videos I made about these topics here. Go and take a look at them. And with that said, let's just jump into this video, guys, and show you how. So I have here two clients terminal connecting to one Postgres instances running on Docker. I showed many times how to do that in this channel. Check it out. So in the first client, I'm gonna begin a transaction, and in the second client, I'm gonna also begin a transaction. Right? So both of them begin a transaction. There is a table here called test, and it has a primary key. It has one field and a primary key field. So you guys know if it's a primary key, you can only have one value at a time, right? A unique value. So I'm going to insert into this table, insert into test values. Let's call it, I don't know, 20, right? And that's successful because 20 doesn't exist, right? And I didn't commit my transaction yet. And in the other transaction, I am going to insert test values 21, okay? And that also succeeds because 21 doesn't exist. However, now in this transaction, I am going to attempt to insert 20. So 20 in this case, guys, despite it not being committed, there is an exclusive locks obtained on that value. Nobody can actually change that or insert that value again. However, we're not sure yet because this transaction didn't commit yet, right? So this might roll back or commit, and if that happened, this transaction will unblock and continue. However, let's spice things up here. In this transaction, I am going to actually insert the value of, you guessed it, 21. And now this guy is also going to be blocked. However, both of them will be in a state where they are waiting for each other, and a deadlock will be detected. The last one entering the deadlock will be the one to fail. So in this case, what happened here, Postgres immediately detected that. It took us like, I don't know, it took I think a second for that deadlock to be detected. And once that deadlock got detected, the transaction was rolled back, and that transaction actually won because it entered the deadlock first. So essentially, guys, that's how a deadlock is handled by the database. It's a very complex thing. Most databases handle these deadlocks very smartly, and they roll back the transaction that essentially entered the deadlock last. However, let's just explain a more optimistic scenario, guys. So I'm gonna roll back this. I'm gonna also roll back this. Clear here, and let's begin a transaction. And also here, begin a transaction where things like there's no deadlock. What do? Insert into test values 20. And here, I'm going to insert into test values 30. And here, I'm going to also insert into test values 20. And if I do that, I'm going to enter into this lock mode, and that's absolutely fine because until this transaction finishes, we are locked, right? So what happens if I do rollback here, guys? When I do rollback, immediately that transaction actually succeeds because the 20 is now available to be inserted, right? So if, however, we flipped this, let's flip it, and I do begin transaction here, begin transaction here, insert into 20, and here insert into, let's say 30, and then I'm going to insert into 20 here, which locks us, right? But here in this case, I'm going to commit. What happened to this transaction? Exactly, it's gonna fail with duplicate key, because now that this transaction actually gone, this transaction, in this case the 20 is not available, and we're gonna get that error, right, and fail, right? All right guys, that was a quick video describing deadlocks and locks in general very quickly. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. You guys stay awesome.